Will the timer go on?
Yes. Good afternoon. This is Jennifer Valenta with Wine Acumen. I'm a certified somm and a business consultant, and today I'm here with Sara Garr. And so, very excited. We're at the Oregon Wine Symposium.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you do.
I work for Barrel 42 in Quady North in Southern Oregon. And Southern Oregon is kind of where we focus on not Pinot varietals, so we tend to not make Pinot unless it's for our custom crush clients. We essentially take grapes from people and we make their wine to their specifications in addition to making the Quady North brand at Barrel 42. And so I have a hand in a lot of different stuff. I drive forklift. I clean barrels, rack wines, do winery projects with pumps and additions, and sometimes I fill in sales deliveries. So it's being in such a small winery, I wear a lot of hats, so it's kind of interesting that way. Yeah.
Awesome. And so what does a typical day look like for you?
It depends on what day of the week it is. A lot of cleaning and a lot of moving heavy things around. I unload pallets of glass from semi-trucks, so we deal a little bit with freight. So it's really daily operational things in the winery.
Nice. And a lot of people tend to think of the wine business as very glamorous, as a lifestyle thing. How would you respond to that?
I would say that going to these types of conferences maybe is the glamour part, but Herb Quady's pretty lax about his dress code in the tasting room, so I can wear jeans and a t-shirt if I want. It's kind of comfortable that way, but I'm covered in wine most of the time. So yeah, it's there's certain aspects of it that are glamorous, but on a day-to-day basis, it's kind of more blue-collar work.
It's hard work too. I mean, you mentioned all the manual lifting and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And so what got you into wine?
So it was sort of this progression. It was kind of fun just to keep trying new bottles, and to this day I try to keep the rule of not trying to buy the same type of wine twice,
Right, and with so many different wineries in Oregon nowadays, you could just do Oregon wines alone and probably never buy the same bottle twice in a year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think it was probably a tour that my family did at King Estate, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
My mom and dad and little brothers came up, and I was actually 19 at the time, so I couldn't even drink the Pinots that were there, but I was smelling everything that was in my dad's glasses for the tasting, and we had really good Duck L'Orange, and I remember everyone being in the tasting room and looking so polished and so professional, and the white tablecloths, and just the grandness of King Estate was really impressive.
Yeah.
And then we went on the tour, and the barrels and the different formats were just amazing to see. So that was really the first impression when I was even interested in a winery. And then after that, I did my own exploring, I would say.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, my wine journey was similar in terms of the wines I drank and how I got to where I am today. And I started to get more and more into wine. I spent some time in Italy.
Nice.
And so I realized, well, you could have nice everyday wines that just you have at the meal. And the quality level was just so high. And I came back to the U.S. after that and started tasting through wines, got more and more into it. Started doing, being involved in tasting groups, realizing, hey, I have a skill here.
Right.
Get more and more.
And you can polish that skill a little bit. The more tasting you do, the better you are at picking out different details of a wine.
Yeah. And so for me, I learned about it kind of through doing and getting involved and having encouraging friends and family. And what advice would you give to a young woman who's thinking about wanting to have a career in wine?
That when I first got into the production side of things, I really thought it was a man's world because it's heavy lifting and there's a lot of boys that work at wineries, and I think that mindset's really detrimental. I think that it takes a little bit of just general leadership skills and being able to state your opinion in a way that's professional but not bossy necessarily. You kind of have to walk that line of being assertive, and the word assertive is not necessarily associated with feminine, and so how do you walk the line of being a traditionally feminine person and working in an industry that's a little bit more rugged and rough on the production side, because it's really easy to break into the sales side. So I actually maybe start with sales. I started in a bottle shop, and that was my way of kind of getting a 101 spread of what is the standard for good Chianti, what is the good standard for a Chardonnay from California, and how does that compare to our Chardonnay up here in Oregon. So I would say probably to try and at least either make friends with a sales rep or to do distribution or sales, and then see if production's really the thing for you, because it's a lot of cleaning and it's a lot of grunt work, but really sparking that passion and the way you drink wine is a good place to start, I would say.
That makes sense. And how would your coworkers describe you?
When I'm in the room or when I'm not in the room? I don't know. I think I'm really lucky at Barrel 42 in Quady North just to have just a great, and I'm not just saying this, it's a great work environment where everybody's opinions are heard, and you kind of make compromises along the way. And so, yeah, I don't know. I would say, I kind of tend to try and stay on the can-do side of the attitude spectrum. So if you go in and say you think you're going to have a good day at work, you tend to have a good day at work. So I think it's about attitude. It's about, being positive and things. So,
awesome.
Hopefully they would say that.
At least when you're in the room.
Right.
And so what's next for you?
Going to try and do my own wine label. It's itty bitty right now.
Exciting.
I've got one barrel I'm looking to purchase potentially. One barrel I made myself, pitched the yeast, did the punch downs on those, and I do a lot of that for our clients' wines and everything, the really groundwork type of stuff. But I was able to source a ton of Cabernet Sauvignon from the Castellano family vineyard in Applegate, Oregon. So I'm really excited about that. It's kind of a pretty cab in my mind, but there's a sophistication level that I'm really happy with at the moment. I just have to design the label and get the glass and do all that. So it's really logistics on the business side of trying to teach myself that, because I don't have a business background, nor do I come from a family who's really business owners. So trying to navigate that landscape is going to be a little bit challenging, but I think I can do it.
Well, yeah, of course you can. Yeah, definitely. And what are you planning on? So you have that one barrel. And so
the one barrel.
Are you planning on selling the wine, or are you still?
Yeah. So I think commercial status. Again, itty bitty, 22 and a half cases or so. Yeah. So it's going to be, I've got to get a wholesaler license, and then I've got to make sure I can call my list of people, my mom's friends, my friends, people I went to high school with, people I went to college with, just my general network, and say, hey, do you want one of these? And, that'll be it, I think. And hopefully I'll be able to turn 100%, I'll be able to put 100% of the profits back into the business the first 5 years, in addition to fronting some of that money, because it's a big expense up front. And so you really just have to be smart about your goals, and to really keep those at the forefront of your mind when life gets tough and bills get under your skin a little bit. You just have to say, okay, this is an investment for my future, and hopefully my reputation as a winemaker will be good.
I mean, that's super exciting. So you're getting ready to release your first wine. And so
in a little while, it's not even bottled yet, but I'm getting there.
Awesome. Do you have a name picked out?
No, I don't have a name picked out. I don't have a label designed yet, but all of those things are just really putting your nose to the grindstone and doing it.
Well, super exciting. And so, we're at this amazing conference right now. What have been some of the highlights for you from this event? Just
seeing friends from the Willamette Valley that I haven't been able to catch up with. Robert Britton and his team, amazing people there. My colleagues from UCC, Chris Lake being one of them. I'm a big Chris Lake fan. He is amazing. He really encouraged me to. He's like, if you think you can do this, you can do this. That's all. And so he really laid it out for me. And early on, that was really important for me and my confidence going into all this. So,
awesome.
Just catching up with people. It's really about the people, and then it's about the wine, and then it's about the business. So that is really important for me. And cultivating this community of people who are passionate about the same things. Right. I just want to make good wine, and I want to surround myself with good people and good food and dogs and pretty vineyards and all the things.
Forget about the dogs. Awesome. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me, and I'm excited to see what your wine once it's ready, and love to try it.
I'll give you a call when I bottle it.
Yay. Awesome. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Cool.